Lindsay Whitmer, a 3-run.
The biggest stories at this tournament.
I see myself as the one doing that.
Sato, the greatest women's baseball pitcher in human. Over there by Libya.
I think that I could be one of them.
Yeah, nice job by Sunyoon Park.
Velez, number.
We are good, we have talent, we are strong. I wish we had that team going to World Cup.
The MLB Network will have it. It's really a cool experience that we'll all get a chance to be immersed in because the people here in our booth thankfully have produced this thing. Jeannie Fruth and Veronica Alvrez, congratulations on this. We did it feels like we've done this before a few years ago. You did it again because it must have been such a huge success. You had an incredible book the first time.
Yeah, this one is near and dear to my heart, though. Women in baseball, it doesn't get any closer to the heart than that. And look who's on the left and right of me right now, the women in baseball.
Right.
Well, I get excited because I think about what gives me goosebumps is the global impact of this, right? You guys went all over the world. Can you tell me some of the athletes, especially you're talking Uganda, South Korea, Japan, who stood out the most?
Yeah, it just really, well, of course, the USA stuck out.
Of course, I was going to check you on that answer.
Yeah, but no, it's really about the international game, right? Women playing baseball is on the rise everywhere, and that's what the hopes of this documentary is to just raise awareness.
It's incredible, and I'm glad you answered the U.S. because I always give her a hard time when she hypes up Japan and all the other countries, but ultimately it's to get everybody growing in the game, even though obviously I represent USA and our national team is really prideful of representing the country.
All right, let's talk about the significance of it. You know, we're going to celebrate girls here that have participated in the Little League World Series as well. I think it's coming up over the weekend. Why was this so important? Why so near and dear to you?
Well, it's because I just think women now look at the other sports, look at basketball, look at hockey. I mean, this is the time for women's baseball. I mean, and growing off the successes of these other sports, it's time to raise awareness that women play baseball and they play it at a high level, and not just here in the United States, but all over the world. There's professional women's baseball in Korea, in Japan, and growing in so many. There's 25 countries that have national teams.
Mexico launched their league this year, which was huge, their professional league as well. And when I think, Veronica, especially with you, I mean, you obviously coach the women's baseball team, but you also are a part of the men's game with the Oakland Athletics. Can you talk about your dual role?
Yeah, so I've taken a lot from both sides of the game, right? My experience as a player in the women's national team, playing the game of baseball growing up, what I was able to take to the A's organization when I went over there and started coaching with them in 2019. And then in my experiences with the A's, now I run player development for our academy in the Dominican Republic. I would argue that we have the best player development in professional baseball, and so I've benefited from that and been able to bring that to the women's side and to the girls' game, and you know, brought all that knowledge with them and helped them develop. So on the U.S. side, though we have limited opportunities, we've really taken advantage of the ones we've gotten, and the women are showcasing that on field with the level of play that we're exhibiting. So it's been incredible.
I don't think it's lost on anybody that when you guys look over the railing here that the home plate umpire is a female.
Exactly, and that's what it is. The documentary is see her, be her. And so see that umpire, be that umpire. See this coach, be this coach.
Up the middle, that's fielded by Torres, the shortstop, and a good play. Does it start at the grassroots level? I mean, are you seeing girls, I don't know, you tell me the age that you've experienced in your travels where they start playing.
For sure. I think it's, you know, a chicken or the egg conversation, but I've always said that if we can get it in little leagues, get girls the opportunity to play baseball at this level, I want to see the day that we get girls baseball at this level with these amount of fans out here, kids rolling down the hill, and girls competing at a high level. But if we can get it in little leagues where girls don't have to choose softball, and it's nothing against softball, softball is a great sport, we can coexist in this. And so it's just giving them the option to play the game of baseball and grow through that game.
We talk about so much, you know, the female support, but you guys equally have the support of so many men as well, and how important that is. I mean, Cal Ripken Jr., Tony Perez, Ichiro Suzuki, they are all on board supporting, especially the See Her, Be Her. How important has that been?
It's so important. I mean, when you look at Ichiro Suzuki and what he's doing for the girls' game in Japan, he has his own team, men's team, that plays the girls' all-star high school team at the Tokyo Dome and fills the Tokyo Dome, and it's a serious game. So cool. And it's because he wants to give them a platform and give them exposure, and that's what it's about. See her, be her. So it's about giving exposure. Cal Ripken Jr. tells a great story of what it was like for his sister who wanted to play baseball.
You're such a TV savvy
can't
person.
leave.
Jeannie and I go back a long way too. We traveled to Cuba together. The pictures you take are amazing. We'll take a look at another fantastic photo, and then we'll keep Veronica and Jean for another half minute to talk much more.
That's my favorite.
About See Her and Be Her right after this.
I have a very aggressive approach to my coaching style, and I think the players respond really well to it.
From the moment we're in the hotel, the dorms, we're blasting music, to the moment we're on the bus, and then the moment we get off the bus, we're just a whole vibe. We're just like, I love being around them. They bring the energy for sure.
Here you go, lock in. You ready?
Grassroots baseball, boy, it seems like such a boring, dull group to hang around with.
Oh, yeah, we do not have fun. Rule number one is have fun. They know it. I love them, the ability for them to be themselves. Last one was a scream. We do mirror time before the game, just get all the blood flowing, everyone amped up before it. So our two styles, my style, really corresponds with their personality. It's awesome to see them come to life.
Do you think that it leads to more success? I mean, is there a connection between having fun and then playing better and having more success?
No doubt about it. If they have that freedom to feel like themselves, there's a level of comfort that comes on the field. They don't feel restricted at all. There's a lot of trust in the relationship they have with the coaching staff, with myself. And I think that just frees them up to, you know, make a mistake, which obviously nobody wants to make a mistake, but if the freedom that you allow yourself to make errors, it lets you also progress further in this game.
Can you tell us about some of the superstars that you've got on that USA baseball team? I mean, you see Kelsey Whitmore there. I mean, there's some big names and some big athletes that have cool stories too.
Really big names, and they're not names for, you know, for just to be a name. They're names because they have performed and have really pushed forward in this sport. Kelsey Whitmore, like you mentioned. Olivia Pichardo is the first female to play Division I baseball, Brown University, incredible player. Ashton Lansdale is one of the ones that you guys saw there with a lot of energy. Her and Alex Hugo do the Home Run Derby X through MLB. Hugo's also a coach with the A's organization. She's a roving instructor for us. Beth Greenwood works in the Phillies organization. Maggie Meidlinger is one of our veteran closers. She started, I mean, she was a big force in the growing baseball in Uganda for girls baseball. But I mean, I could go through the list, and I feel so fortunate that I get to lead this group of incredible women that have continued to push the envelope, continue to create opportunities for themselves and for girls in the game, and just grow the sport in an exponential way.
What's your advice on girls that are being pushed to softball when they want to play baseball and in their communities aren't being as supportive?
Yeah, it's kind of, you know, fighting for what you want, and I know it's hard at the younger levels, but family support and organizational support, coaching support. If you guys find a girl that plays baseball at the Little League level or wants to, you're going to find one of the most resilient, hard-working forces to be reckoned with. And so to have that individual on your team, whether it's a boys team, a girls team, whatever it is in life, you're going to find somebody who really pushes the envelope and is going to give you their all in this game. So little girls, push forward, keep trying to find people that support you. For all the haters, there's 10 supporters, and just go out there and find them. All
right, so we just saw a single up the middle from Dylan DeGeta. As this game evolves and women, and we just, you know, Jess and I just talked about it. Stella Weaver was here, and a superstar baseball player, but moved on to softball. Do you have players that start in softball and move to baseball?
For sure, yeah. So I was one of the players that started in baseball, moved to softball, and back to baseball. But there are different stories along in our story of all of our players, some that never switch and some that do come from the softball world. But they were always more baseball-style players. One great example is Alex Hugo, who's our second baseman, made the all-tournament team, has been the MVP of different events, does that derby. Yeah, went to Georgia and played softball in a great career. And so that's a player that we found out of nowhere at an open tryout, and it was like such a surprise. It was amazing. Her and Kylie Lawners, two players that just came to us out of nowhere, and we're so happy we found them because they have really, again, added so much value to our team and to the game of baseball.
So we've seen major league players face some of your friends on a softball field and not be able to hit the underhand pitch, the riser. A ground ball here to second. This could be two as Beitler turns it that scoop beautifully. Ooh! You like that?
That was pretty good. Good
little double play by Bodie and Sully. I'll continue the question with Jess about the challenges that the softball player has in trying to hit baseball. We'll continue that with her. Best of luck with the documentary and the book.
Thank you, guys.
And thanks for spending time with us.
You.
All right, Jeannie and Veronica, thanks so much. Little double play here. Every time we have guests, the inning goes like that.
I know.
It's like a guarantee.
See her, be her. Check it out.
Thank you.